Hey there, welcome back. Once again, it's time for the golden age of DC Comics, 365 days, where I'm taking this beloved hardcover coffee table book given to me as a gift about 2 decades ago by one of my best friends. It has been surfing my coffee table ever since. It's been a constant source of great comic book conversation, and I want to have that today with you. I want to recreate the conversations we used to have in the comic book shop, and I thought this is going to be a great excuse to do that here, right now, together. How are you doing today? I'm doing great, and I like to start off that this is a 2004 Abrams publication. You can find the link in the description to Amazon and get your own copy. It's curated and written by Les Daniels, Chip Kidd, and Geoff Spear. And last time I checked, it was going for about $7.50, brand new, hardcover. And it would look great on your coffee table too. Or makes a great gift. I know. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have so much gratitude for you being here right now, tuning in and having this conversation with me. I want to remind you that don't let them take your escapism away by adding activism to everything. We need our breaks from the world. We need our fiction. We need our music. We need our art. We need to get lost in a different place and use our imaginations, if only for a few minutes, to take a break from this. We don't need to be constantly reminded about our obligations to society and to the world. We need to take a break. Activism is important, but does it have to be in everything? No, it doesn't. We can make the choice to look into the past and find some good sources of entertainment and escapism and be spirited away to a different place, a fantastic world of fantasy, of aliens, of monsters, of magic, of spacemen, of superheroes, and just I dig this stuff. And you know what? If you're tuning in right now, hopefully you dig this stuff too. We're going to use this book for its intended purpose. We're going to open up to today's date. We're going to look at some comic book art. We're going to read the blurb, and then we're going to talk about comic books, because you know what? We're talking comic books every day for the rest of the year. All right, the golden age of DC Comics runs from 1938 until 1955. The Silver Age begins in 1956 and runs until 1970. The Bronze Age, I'm a Bronze Age baby, runs from 1970 until 1985. And the Copper Age begins in 1985. What age are we in now? What age did we just leave? I don't know. I want to have this conversation with you. So tune in, leave a comment, invite me on your live stream. We can talk about this. I can talk about comic books all day. I do. I talk about comic books every day. I love this. So let's open up the book and get to it. And I hope you are doing awesome. I really do. And today is June the 8th. And I need to throw in some trigger warnings. I take this seriously. This is my show. I have sensitivity for people. And I really am not here to provoke anything or anyone. This includes imagery. It has the Nazi swastika in it. And I actively am interested if this video will be blocked in Germany, because you cannot show the depiction of the swastika or any of Nazi uses of runes in Germany, such as the band Kiss. The 2 S's on the end of the 4 letters so much resemble the double the 2 runes that look like the SS, that they had to change their posters and their cover art to look more like an S and less than the Thunderbolt design. This is true. But this is pencils by Mort Meskin, inks by Charles Paris. This is from More Fun Comics, number 90, April of 1943. Part of the trigger warning is I'm going to be using colorful language of an antediluvian age. It's unavoidable, inescapable, and we're just going to have to go through this together. But it has a point, and I'm not going to be dropping any N-bombs, but it's going to be close to it. I mean, seriously, I'm going to, skate around some stuff, but some things I just got to read. All right. And so that is our literal trigger warning for our page today. World War II was a time of anti-Nazi and anti-Japanese propaganda in animation and in movies and in comic books. And that is that's one side of the golden age of comics. And we're going to get into this, but we're going to read the blurb first, okay? And the book's getting a little beat up, because it's well loved and well used. We're using it for its intended purpose. Wartime propaganda is an inevitable offshoot of war itself, and there was plenty of it in American comic books in the years 1941 to 1945. Most of it directed against the Japanese. Yet DC, which had a field day with stereotypes of the Asian villains in the 1930s, spent World War II venting its ire on the Nazis, an enemy everyone can despise without remorse. The Razzies, delineated in this devastating caricature by Mort Meskin, is about to be pounded by the second-string speedster Johnny Quick. The Flash was more famous, but Johnny Quick was often better drawn. We're going to look at the art once again. So yeah, it's a factory billowing smoke. We do not know yet about the concentration camps. That's not known to us yet. This was published in 1943. That won't come to light until about 1945. And there's Johnny Quick about to thrash this German Razzie. Yeah, he's got it coming, the Razzie. But Superman is specifically, I'm not going to show it, but you can look it up yourself. Action Comics number 58. It has a printing press with Superman, enabling the printing press with his mighty muscles, and he's printing posters, and it says Superman says you can slap and it rhymes with a short version of Japanese, with war bonds and stamps. And the war bonds helped the war effort and stamps to make sure that we have plenty of food, plenty of clothes, plenty of munitions, plenty of tanks, plenty of rifles, plenty of boots, plenty of planes, and plenty of bombs to go and take care of World War II. And this is probably one of the most notable Superman pieces of propaganda. And it includes unfortunate racial stereotypes, such as yellow skin tones, buck teeth, squinty eyes, and a bit of an American, to showcase the American superiority. There was also one of the famous Fleischer Studios. The Fleischer Studios made these amazingly beautiful cartoons of Superman. And there's one called Japateurs, which is a portmanteau of Japanese and saboteur. And it was a 1942 short film. And it showed basically Superman versus the warlike enemy, the Japanese army. Bugs Bunny also is in this mix. In 1944, here it comes to my trigger warning right here. It's a 1944 Merry Melodies. I grew up seeing this. I know this cartoon. It's called Bugs Bunny Nips the Nips. And that is a derogatory term for a Japanese person, because the Japanese word for Japan is Nippon. And that's the etymology of that unfortunate nickname and slang and slur for Japanese people. But I remember this cartoon that Bugs was handing out ice cream, and inside you see like the inside of the ice cream with an X-ray vision, and inside of the ice cream has grenades, and they're all happily eating the ice cream. Bugs Bunny goes away like, "Ain't I a stinker?" and blows up the Japanese patrol. And then there's also the very, very famous, especially in these days, Captain America Comics number 1 from March of 1941. So America hadn't yet entered World War II in the Pacific Front. World War II has been going on over in Europe. So everyone knows who Adolf Hitler is. And this is the famous Timely comic. Before it was Marvel, it was Timely Comics. And this was that famous one you might know of Captain America punching out Adolf Hitler. And that story is not in the comic book. There's no actual comic books. So there's this huge outrage thing about comic books these days about agenda. Why I always bring up agenda versus escapism. But comic books have always been political. Well, no, not the way you want to assert your message in activism. Captain America slugging Adolf Hitler, that's featured on the cover, it's not in any of the story and issue number 1 here. So that's always used as the biggest, example of, well, look at Captain America number 1. You see him punching a Nazi. And like, well, yeah, he is, definitely, obviously. But is that your justification in 2021, 2022 and going beyond to make everything in comic books a platform for a message and activism? What happened to superhero stories and adventure? So, these golden age comic books are fraught with unfortunate racial stereotypes. And since they were othered and since they were the enemy, they got a pass on that. And we have to think of it. It was a different time. And we have this vantage point of being here now in the 21st century that we can look at it from afar and accept it for what it was. And that's pretty much it. And guess what? We've been talking about comic books, and we're going to be talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, U.S. We'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I feel blessed that you're here with me right now. Please like and subscribe. Turn on those notifications. I make daily content. We talk about comic books every day. I talk about cooking mostly every day as well. I'm a professional chef. I have a playlist called What's Cooking. I'm a spiritual guy, an ordained minister, an amateur theologian. We get spiritual here. Hashtag lighten up. It's about enlightenment and how spirituality can contribute to the wellness of your day. Daily. It's worked for me, and I'm here to hopefully help you. If you need that, I'm here. Let me know. And that's all we got for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. See you in the funny pages, okay? And thank you so very much for tuning in today. Cheers. Bye-bye.